everybody, continuing part 3. Arizona State Prison Kingsman on July 1st, 2nd, and 4th, 2015 riots broke out again here, during which 9 guards and 7 inmates were injured. The state brought in 96 members of its special tactical unit to quell the riot. In August 2015, Arizona Governor Doug Ducey terminated the contract with MTC after an Arizona Department of Correction investigative report revealed the company had a culture of disorganization, disengagement, and disregard of DOC policies. Bids were sought, and the state awarded a new contract to Florida's Geo Group effective December 1st, 2015. Geo had contributed $2,000 to Ducey's 2014 campaign for governor, plus $50,000 more to the independent expenditure super PAC that exclusively supported Ducey's candidacy. About 100 Hopkins Park, Illinois residents demonstrated in July 2016 against the MTC proposed immigration prison there. Larger competitors had also been rejected. A Corrections Corporation of America in Gillette and Créty, Illinois, and Geo Group in Hobart and Gary, Indiana, due to similar protests. Protesters said that Arizona's cancellation of the MTC contract at Kingsman State Prison was reason not to do business with the company. Correctional Alternative Placement Program, CAPP, in Kuna, Idaho, in a 24-month period ending in 2016, there were 175 incidents of violence requiring disciplinary action at this 430-bed facility. It is the last for-profit prison in the state since Idaho Department of Corrections was forced to take over a prison operated by Corrections Corporation of America, following national coverage of massive fraudulent overbilling, lack of oversight, and 6-figure corporate campaign contributions to the incumbent governor. Willacy County Correctional Center, Willacy County filed a federal lawsuit against MTC in December 2016 for abysmal mismanagement of this prison and terrible conditions. Prisoners had rioted in February 2015. See coverage above. We've read about that. And the Federal Bureau of Prisons had originally contracted to house low-risk non-U.S. citizen inmates at the Carr prison. In a lawsuit filed in early December, the county claimed MTC failed to properly oversee, manage, and repair the facility, and turned a blind eye to enormous problems that plagued the prison from its inception. The county had received revenues as high as $2.7 million a year from the prison operation under its arrangement with the FBOP and MTC. Before obtaining the Carr contract, the tent prison was an immigrant detention center that was alleged to harbor chronic sexual assault, physical abuse, and medical neglect. In 2011, months after immigration officials ended their contract with MTC, federal prisons officials decided to send immigrant convicted of crimes, typically for criminal reentry, to Willacy. The Texas ACLU had long alleged that private prison contractors running institutions such as Willacy cut corners in order to boost shareholder profits. The invariability led to medical understaffing and extreme cost cutting, putting both prisoners and staffs at risk. And in 2014, the group documented complaints inside Willacy that caused it to be dangerous, the prisoner said. They have a lot of people in here. Sometimes it smells. It's too many people. Some people even talk about burning this place down. They just don't have enough space for us all here. Sometimes it makes me go crazy. The suit pleading said that inmates dealt with conditions so intolerable that some were forced to stay in solitary confinement. MTC posted only a solitary guard to oversee each housing pod on each shift. The unacceptable conditions caused by mismanagement and its failure to mitigate them led them to riot on February 20th, 2015. Ultimately, BOP forced the prison to be vacated, declaring it uninhabitable due to MTC's failures. All 400 employees of the prison were discharged. The pleadings further claim MTC routinely failed to alert government officials about its problems there. Gadsden Correctional Facility at Quincy, Florida. MTC had the contract since 2010. State Representative David Richardson, a legislative watchdog, made frequent surprise visits over a year and a half to the prison, which holds over 1,500 women, 1,500 women. On his initial visit, he found many of the classrooms without teachers, others without required supplies, and he was determined to return. He also found its inmates had endured months deprived of heat and hot water, found their bathrooms flooded every day, and were subjected to water rationing because the sewage system was malfunctioning. And the last little bit. So Mississippi State lawsuits, the hot water, yeah, and though the facility had received approval of a $10,000 state-funded purchase of a new water heater, its warden never bothered to authorize the replacement. MTC spokesman Issa Arnita acknowledged that management a year earlier became aware of the hot water issues at the facility, he said, which we made short-term fixes. The entire system will ultimately need to be replaced. On February 23, 2017, Richardson returned for a scheduled visit accompanied by 2 other legislators and the director of the Florida Department of Management Services, DMS, which is responsible for overseeing the operations of and conditions within private prisons. In the 2 days before their arrival, institution work crews finally addressed many of the long backlog 495 repair orders, and the state quickly replaced its on-site monitor. When Richardson returned with 2 investigators from the Florida Department of Corrections, FDOC, as requested by the DMS Office of the Inspector General, other problems were revealed at the prison. Although prisoners said they had been intimidated against complaining to the inspectors and feared retaliation, one had sent Richardson a detailed list of 23 serious plumbing problems in just a single housing unit. In February 2017, Richardson requested Governor Rick Scott to direct state officials to take over management of the prison, warning that the health and safety of the inmates were at risk. Mississippi state lawsuits. On February 8, 2017, Mississippi Attorney General Jim Hood filed suit against MTC, along with porno companies, Wexford Health Sources, Global Tellink, Sentinel Offender Services, and many others for allegedly engaging in corrupt contracts with the Mississippi Department of Corrections and its former Commissioner Chris Epps. The lawsuit claims the companies violated Mississippi public ethics, racketeering, and antitrust laws, and it was suing to recover costs and penalties of the corrupt contracts. So it seems like, okay, we've got all these corrupt contracts, so now we're gonna sue and get a bunch of money, even though we're already at only for-profit prison. We're making pure profit, and all of our beds aren't full, so we can sue for that and we can get more money. So it just seems like they're just getting money on money, which is nuts. Hopefully you enjoyed the little extra parts there of information of the MTC Corporation Inc. And yeah, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, that'd be great, and leave me with some comments, that'd be awesome. Thanks a lot, everybody. Kemo, Sabi out, and we'll see you in the next video.